Welcome everyone to yet another episode of JavaScript After Dark.
It's the best late night JavaScript show because it's the only late night JavaScript show.
I'm your host, Tracy Lee. You can follow me on Twitter at LadyLeet, joined once again by
Ben Lesh. And we are excited to join you for those late night hours when you need to take a break from coding and just want to get JSAD, JSAD.
Like JavaScript After Dark.
Yes.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Ben. So our next guest is Kelly Mahoney. She is amazing, and you might know her as SoSplush on Twitter and Etsy. So Kelly Mahoney, everyone. Welcome, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining our show today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Yes. Oh my God. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Sure. So my name's Kelly. I am currently running a design consultancy. My previous work has been in product management, a little bit of web development, but mostly design. I actually got started with hackathons coming from a religious studies background. So I kind of came into tech in a very non-traditional route.
That is really fun. I mean, mixing tech and religious studies. I don't even know where to start with that.
A lot of people don't. It's okay.
So, Kelly, you and I have been working together on some really, really amazing illustrations. So is your design agency called SoSplush, or is that like just the side project?
So that is a doing business as kind of company underneath my design consultancy umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I want to do the big reveal to Ben.
Okay.
Ben, are you ready? Or are you scared?
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I was going to ask what a splush is.
What is a splush? That's a good question.
Yeah. So long story short, when I was trying to come up with a name to brand all of this under, I was trying to think of things that were squishy and cute and stuffed animals and like plushies. And so I just kind of came to Splush. And then I actually looked it up after the fact on Urban Dictionary, and I think the Urban Dictionary definition is the original definition that I saw was the rush of love or desire for your significant other or crush. And I was like, well, that's kind of cute. And the other definitions are a capital gentleman from Edinburgh. But I don't know. I thought it sounded cute, and I don't know. I just kind of ran with it.
Well, we love your brand because
Thank you.
I think everybody is just in love with all the developer stickers you've been making. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go to SoSplush.com and check out just all of Kelly's amazing work. You'll probably recognize it just because it's so widespread, but let me go ahead and do this big reveal because
Okay. I'm ready.
you blushed. Kelly blushed.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ta-da!
I love it.
That's actually one of the ones I'm particularly proud of because making an eel is not easy.
Yes.
So I don't know. I was really excited about the colors and the gradient, and I thought it went really well with the React logo.
It's true.
So
And that is you.
The RxJS logo. There we go.
Yes.
I
Ben,
love
did
it.
you know that is you?
It looks like me.
That's you. That's you as the electric eel.
That's my head is actually that size. It's true.
Do you remember when I kept asking you, like, what type of animal would you be?
Oh yeah, I guess I would be like a magenta sort of electric eel, right?
I can add the glasses if you want. I didn't see glasses in the picture.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
So anyways, that's the big reveal. Ben didn't see it before, and I just absolutely adore it. So
Yay.
I love it. It's really good. Really
so
good.
you're doing character, you're doing what do they call it?
Character commissions.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I do those for $35. You can reach out to me over Twitter or Etsy to do those. And then for an additional $15, you can get actual physical stickers of your character shipped to you. So it's pretty cool. Definitely contact me if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, and I'll share mine because I love mine. But
that's really good. I like it.
I'm a Hello Kitty. Looks like me, right, Ben?
It does.
If I were an animal, I would be Hello Kitty.
I feel like it's going to boss me to tell me to do something any second.
I'm glad I captured that in the character.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, are you ready for our interview?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so most important question I ask anybody I meet: what is your favorite thing to eat?
Mozzarella sticks.
Ooh, I love those.
Do you dip them though? Like, do you dip them in anything?
Wait.
No, I just.
But better question is it fried mozzarella sticks or is it mozzarella sticks like, the string cheese?
The fried ones, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, everything is better fried.
Where's the cheese at?
What is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Like in general or in any specific situation?
Like something embarrassing that you actually want to tell us about is probably the thing I would go
Somebody
with.
told us she peed on herself the other day.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we can go as far as you like.
So the only, I guess, childhood memory that really sticks out in my brain was before I was 18 and able to see R-rated movies. I wanted to go see some R-rated movie that was coming out, but I didn't know how that all worked because I was really young. So I went all the way to the movie theaters with my friends. I was the only one who was underage at the time. And I had to just leave because they all went and saw the movie and I couldn't get in. And just for some reason, that specific memory just is burned into my brain.
Oh no. Yeah. The most, I don't think I've ever said my thing on here. The most embarrassing thing that happened to me, that I can think of, that every time I think about it, I still cringe.
Yeah.
Right after I turned 16, I was showing off in my dad's car and I wrecked it with some friends of mine in the car. Everyone's fine except for the car. But to date, if I think about that, I still
yeah.
I feel super embarrassed and bad about it. But
wow, I've done made you do some really embarrassing things. So I'm glad nothing that I've ever made you do publicly has ever shown up.
oh yeah, well yeah, there's definitely things Tracy's made me do. I probably just blocked those out of my memory.
Yeah.
I have more embarrassing pictures of things that I try to get Ben to do in public and he won't. Okay. What is exciting you generally about development or design lately? Is there anything new and shiny that you're stoked on?
I think the biggest thing that I'm really excited is it seems like a lot of people are working towards making personal sites a lot more accessible. I saw one today where people are using Notion to basically create a personal website just on a Notion doc that they customize. With the whole, I think it's card.co, where it's a link that just gets sent to a bunch of other links. There's GitHub pages. I just think I'm really excited about all of the options that are becoming available for people to create personal sites, because I feel like before there really wasn't an easy way to go about it. I'm working off of GitHub pages, which still, takes some development knowledge, but nowadays, anyone can go in and create a personal site. And nowadays that's so incredibly important for interviewing, for resumes, and just for getting your brand out there in general. So that's probably the most exciting thing.
I love it. Ben, maybe I should make a personal site for you.
God. It's bad enough there's already weird parody accounts and the Ben Lesh account and all that other stuff.
All right. So last question.
Okay.
I'll let you do the honors, Ben.
All right. Where are we at? All right. So what is a hobby that you have outside of tech?
I do a lot of art stuff, both I guess inside and outside tech. So that's probably like my favorite like go-to hobby is art. As I mentioned earlier, you know, I'm getting into painting more. I just ordered a paint kit, so I'm really diving into that quite a bit.
What type of painting? Is it like watercolor painting or?
It's a miniature painting. I got all the little, you know, helping hand clippy things and my magnifying glass.
Cute.
Right
So
on.
Tell us
I'm
you're
really
making
excited.
videos.
Sorry?
Are you making videos of it?
I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not yet. I want to get to a place where I'm comfortable, and also I don't have the right brushes yet. So a lot of my time today was spent fixing mistakes because I was just using brushes that were way too big for these tiny little, you know.
Yeah. You end up needing like a massive collection of brushes and like more than one of the same type of brush, and
Right.
just, like crazy.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I have a kit coming tomorrow, so that are
It
like
reminds
the
me of
super.
like all these like internet, you know, there's like those YouTube videos where people do like miniature cooking. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So I have to
Wait,
Google
what?
like miniature. Yeah, like, you know, they like, you know, they miniature cook like, I don't know what, but you know, things.
Like someone made like
This cooking
spaghetti and
wasn't hard enough. I could
meatballs.
just imagine
Yeah.
me like, all right.
But that's what you
got
do,
my-
and then you record it and you put it on the internet.
And the people love it and it goes viral.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds really fun. This internet thing. I mean, I can't wait to see your videos. I'm going to Google this tonight, and that's probably what I'm going to watch. But the ASMR thing, I kept seeing that. So I actually like looked up some of these videos of ASMR, and I'm like, what is this weird thing? But apparently it's supposed to relax you. I was like, why do people like listening to people eat? Oh, this Ben's thing that he hates the most.
I could never do that. I could never watch.
Listening to
Have you
people
looked up
eat?
ASMR? Yeah, like he hates it when he can hear people eat.
You probably
Yeah.
shouldn't hang out with me then. I've been told I'm a loud chewer.
Just put some music on.
Especially in headphones. Sometimes we're talking and he's like, Tracy, are you eating? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Stop it.
Dude, Ben, watch one of those videos. Actually, I think I want to do like an entire podcast episode of just like having you watch people eat. And
Oh no, I can't do it. I would do it.
while Kelly paints.
It's funny.
Paints pictures of me like looking really bothered or semi-nauseous.
You can get some Twitch emotes of you just.
So I wanted to ask you a question.
What is it?
Who do you think wants to see a puppetless puppet show?
Puppet list or puppet
A
list?
puppetless puppet show.
I wouldn't want to see that. Gotta have happy little puppets.
You're supposed to say who.
Ooh.
I don't know. Let's see a show of hands.
Oh my gosh.
What is the best interview question you've ever had?
So I think one of the best interview questions that I've gotten asked, and this is actually really common in non-developer or non-technical roles at software or technology companies, it's what do you do when a developer disagrees with you? Or what do you do when you want to do something, for instance, you want to implement a design, but the development team doesn't use that library? What do you do? Or, you know, like, how do you handle that situation? And it's so interesting because what I find that what that's asking about is how can you as a non-technical person be on the same page as the technical person? And I think that is a really cool question because it really makes non-technical people aware that, you know, developers are bringing these things to life, right? They're performing this magic, so to speak. And how can you assist them? What can you do to, help them solve that problem while not telling them how to do their job? So if there's any non-technical people out there who are trying to interview for, at these tech companies, really try to, I guess, think about, how can you assist rather than, telling them how to do their jobs. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to do that. You don't want to tell, these developers with years and years of training and much more technical and knowledge than you in some situations, how to do their job. So if you're ever presented with that question, I think it's really important to really nail down that, you are there to assist and help and, do all these things, but never tell a developer how to do their job.
I was hoping the good answer was to just look at the developer and slap them in the face and be like, stop being weak.
No.
Just an animation. What's your problem? Oh. Yeah.
For performance.
If you're a better developer, you'd be able to make this animate the way I told you.
And also another one of the best questions I got asked is, what should you never tell a developer?
Never.
Yeah.
And my answers are always be like, that should take what, like 2 days?
Did you know the tech shop down the street is hiring and they're paying more? Other things you should tell developers.
Can you fix my computer?
Having a hard time getting on the Wi-Fi. Can you help me?
Yes. I tell my husband that all the time. Wi-Fi's not working.
I think one of my favorite things that would happen, especially when I was working as a product manager, is whenever I would interact with devs, they would send me links to the code repo, but it's like, I don't know what you want me to do with that information. And in most situations, non-technical people don't even have access to code repos. So it's like, I couldn't even log in, to the section. And so just really figuring out that dynamic of, non-technical working alongside technical is a really interesting thing as far as like human psychology and just, human behavior.
I feel that, but I also feel like it's also the responsibility of developers to have more empathy, right? Like,
yeah,
sometimes I'm in these meetings and, as a product owner, kind of like you, Kelly, they're like, oh yeah, did you see that PR or like, oh, ticket number 5124? And I'm like, dude, just give me the information I want already.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at a stupid ticket and figure out what the hell is going on. Like, I just need the damn information.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It gets worse than that. As a developer, like oftentimes someone will be like, oh, hey, did you deal with issue 1257? And I'll be like, what? And so then I don't even know what they're talking about. I just know that they have this issue number and I'm so expected to just remember the number. So then I go and I look at the issue and it gets even better. You look at the issue, there's no description in there. There's a link to a Slack conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, what? Okay. So, all right, so issue number 1275, and then like I got to go to this Slack link, and then I'm in the Slack link, and I'm thinking, okay, which part of this conversation is actually what I'm fixing?
1008 that needs a fix, which is why
rabbit
issue
hole.
number 1275 was created. Yeah. I think having more empathy for sure. And I like what you said, Kelly, and it's actually interesting because we've been hiring designers, and that is totally a question we ask. So I thought that was really fun that came up.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, for us, we're just gauging like how people work together necessarily. Yeah. But it's like, I love the fact that you're so like, what you said of like, you're there to help developers or whatever. I don't remember what you said, but like, I also feel like, designers and developers should be put on equal footing too, right? It's like developers, designers, like let's just all work together as a team, right? So I think that's a huge thing, but I don't know. What is the most annoying thing? This is another good question. Like, what is the most annoying thing a developer has done to piss you off as a designer?
God.
So it wasn't a developer exactly. It was actually, I was in the development role and I was speaking to my manager, and he had printed out all of these things from Dribble. And mind you, this was like 6 years ago. So, you know, there were not the libraries that exist today. I'll just say that. Like D3 was it. That's all you had. And he printed all of these things off Dribble and handed it to me. And he's like, Kelly, why can't we do things like this? And I was like, because these are not meant to be developed. Like, these are like, you know, and I can, you know, now being in the designer seat, you know, working with the developers, it's like, you have to understand, you know, the libraries we're already working in, you know, the skills of the team. Like, you can't just bring these wild, crazy, you know, designs and say, here you go. You know, it's like there has to be some sort of checks and balances, I feel like, you know, there has to be, you know, working within a design system. You know, you can't just print things off Dribble and say, here you go, you know, because some things are designed with no intention of ever being developed, and that's concerning.
Yeah. We should build those, though.
Yeah.
That's what we should do on our free time, Ben.
Yeah.
Well, the whole like web design in general is tough, right? Like, so people don't realize that you could come up with a way better design. Because I was a designer when I started my career. I went from like art school to do design, and now I'm an engineer, and I don't really do any design. But like, I remember working on an e-commerce site, and it was really bad and really ugly and whatever. And so we came up with this brand new design that was much more functional, and the website, once it was developed, was so much more functional than it was before. But like, sales went through the floor because we changed where everything was.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because we did, instead of slowly moving things to new places, we just like sprung this, here's a whole new website on people.
Yeah.
And the shock of coming to a brand new design site,
Yeah.
like, turned a lot of people away. They thought they're in the wrong spot, or they couldn't
100%.
find anything anymore. Like,
and that's actually a really interesting phenomenon with working at a company that builds enterprise software. You know, this, if something I've noticed through my years is enterprise software is not pretty, right? It is not pretty. It does what it needs to do. It looks like it's, you know, you're still back in 2005. Like, enterprise software can definitely use a lot of design help, right? But just like you said, Ben, when you're talking about enterprise software that some people, their entire jobs is to run, you can't just go in there and mess with things. You can't move a button because they've been doing, you know, they've been clicking that button for the last 10 years. They don't want to, you know, they don't want to learn where the button now lives. So it's such an interesting thing, especially when you're at a company that builds enterprise software, because there's so many different things to consider. You can't just make what's pretty, or, you know, what fun, you know, what makes sense, or you really have to do very small, subtle changes.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a bit that we do with everybody where we give you like two choices, and you have to just pick one of those choices.
Okay.
You can give out, we've had people give short explanations before, but, you know, probably just go with the quick.
Question, am I allowed to choose neither or both?
I don't know. Tracy, what's the ruling on that?
I don't know. Let's just see how it goes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
I am.
Okay. Twitter or Reddit?
Twitter.
HTML or JavaScript?
HTML.
Telekinesis or laser vision?
Telekinesis.
Anime or manga?
Anime.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
LinkedIn or GitHub?
GitHub.
VS Code girls or database?
Database.
Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Semicolon or no semicolon?
Semicolon.
Pancakes or waffles?
Ooh. Waffles.
Hard questions.
I'm changing this next one. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Apple Music or Spotify?
Apple Music.
So what is it? Sega or Nintendo? Sega. Okay.
Sega.
Nintendo.
Crunchyroll or Funimation?
Crunchyroll.
Medium or Dev 2?
I don't know what that's referencing.
Yeah, Dev.2. There's blogging sites.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Medium.
Yeah.
Okay, when wearing sandals, socks or no socks?
Socks.
Socks and sandals. What? Socks and sandals. All
My
right,
feet get cold.
that one's such an exciting thing around. Like if I go up to I have 3 kids and the youngest one's 5, and if I go up to her, she's in kindergarten, and I'm like Lily, socks and sandals, she'll just immediately be like, what? Like every time.
So really funny story. So I'm born and raised in Florida, barefoot, back roads type deal, right? And I never owned socks. Like I owned socks when I was a kid and like I had PE, but I don't wear really closed-toed shoes. So I never owned socks. So when I moved to Ohio for actually my first job out of college, I got a job at a healthcare startup. I had to buy socks for the first time, like I feel like in my life as an adult. And it was, and it's like, I got so used to wearing them that it's like now, like I'm always wearing socks because like my feet are always cold. But it's just, I just find it wild that it wasn't until I was like, in my 20s that I like actually bought and owned a pair of socks.
I would like to see that sequence in a documentary, like
right?
walking up to like a random person and being like, excuse me, sir, can you send me to your finest sock store?
Yeah, one of the wildest things was, if I left something in my car, I could just run outside and go get it. But what I didn't realize is when there's 2 feet of snow and it's 20 degrees outside, you have to like get dressed to like just go and like grab something from your car. It was wild, absolutely wild.
I felt the same way, like spending my first winter in North Carolina from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah.
Like I'm always in sandals and a summer dress, period. Right.
Yeah.
I don't do anything else. I don't wear closed-toed shoes. And so I went out in my sandals and I was like, wow, it's really cold here. But it still took me like a good year and a half or so to finally be like, okay, I guess I should wear socks and like wear like not sandals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment.
Yeah. My husband keeps telling me I need to wear socks. It's like his biggest thing. He'll bring me a pair of socks. I'm like, dude, no, I don't wear socks. But my toes are always cold. Anyways, okay, so then how did Kelly do?
I think she scored quite well on that. You were being scored. I don't know if you knew that.
I was being scored.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, that seems like a very biased scoring system.
It is. It's completely biased, in fact.
So
there's been people that have answered everything correctly, and I still gave them like a 2. Like that's how biased this
you're
is.
so nice. Well, my favorite part of this or that is when Ben tells you what you won.
Ooh.
Oh, that's true. Today you've won this slightly used, slightly not so great number pad that doesn't work anymore.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
It's just what I needed. Thank you.
So it doesn't come with the USB that actually connects it to anything. It's more of just you can put a glass on it or something.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just press the keys for fun.
It's like a fidget spinner, but for typing.
Yes. Typing nothing at all. Pretend to do math with it, I guess.
Yeah. Which is what I do when I am doing math, but let's be real.
So this wraps up another episode of JavaScript After Dark. If you'd like to follow Kelly on Twitter, you can find her at SoSplush on Twitter, and definitely get one of these amazing caricatures done of you. Character commissions, sorry.
Are you going to be sharing your paintings on Twitter?
In the future, yes, but I wouldn't expect it anytime soon.
2021, baby. 2021. You can follow Ben on Twitter at Ben Lesh or myself at Lady Lee on Twitter. If you like JavaScript After Dark, make sure to like and subscribe this channel. If you want to see any people, make sure to leave us their name in the comments below or nominate yourself. And we'll see you next time.